Good morning, dear students. Now we are continuing the second part of this chapter, cell, the fundamental unit of life. Okay, see, last lecture we have seen how the cell was discovered. Okay, who given the cell theory, how new cell give rises, and the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay, the example of unicellular organisms was amoeba, paramecium, euglena, and the example of multicellular organisms were fungus, then plant cells, animal cells. Okay, so fungus, we have seen that it comes under multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms. Okay, but there is one exception. A fungus which comes under unicellular organisms is known as yeast. Okay, so very important note, very important. Generally, fungus are multicellular organisms, but the fungus which comes under unicellular organisms, okay, and the fungus which comes under unicellular organisms is known as yeast. Okay, yeast is a fungus which comes under unicellular organisms. Clear? So generally the fungus comes under multicellular organisms. There is one exception, that yeast is a unicellular organism. There can be a question in the form of MCQ or true false. Okay, for example, the question is asked, give reason or true or false. The yeast is a unicellular organism. The statement is true or false. Okay, so unicellular organism is yeast. So yeast is a unicellular organism, we can say. So the answer will be yeast. Okay, what is unicellular organisms? Okay, or which fungus comes under unicellular organisms? Yeast. Clear? Then there is exception of cell theory. Okay. Now, what is the exception of cell theory? Okay, exception of cell theory. Okay. Now we know that each and every organism's body composed of a smallest unit which is known as cell. But there is something whose body is acellular, okay, and the name is virus. Okay, virus, okay, it is a cellular organism. Okay, acellular means what? A means absent and cellular means cell. Okay, the organism in which the cell is absent is known as virus. Okay, exception of cell theory. Anybody can ask the question, except what is the exception of cell theory? The virus is the exception of cell theory because virus is a cellular organism. A means absent and cellular means cell. Okay, now why virus is exception of cell theory? Because it is acellular. And why it is acellular? Because virus is living in human body and it is non-living outside the body. Okay, virus is living in human body and it is non-living outside the body. It is non-living in outside the body. Clear? So virus is living where? In our body. Okay, if virus enters into our body, then it will be known as living. Okay, and if virus is outside of our body, okay, if virus is present outside of our body, then it will be in the state of non-living. Okay, so therefore the question is, what is the connecting link between living and non-living? Okay, what is the connecting link between the living organisms and non-living organisms? Answer is virus. Okay, the question can be asked, what is a linking things, or what is the linking thing between the living and non-living things, or what is the connecting link between the living and non-living organisms? The answer is virus, because it is dead outside the body but it is living inside our body. Okay, so the virus is an exception of cell theory. Okay, next is, what is cell? Okay, what is cell? The question is, what is cell? So it is microscopic in nature. Okay, it is microscopic in nature. What is the meaning of microscopic? Microscopic means cannot be or can't be seen by our naked eyes. Cannot be seen or can't be seen by our naked eyes. Cell is microscopic in nature. Okay. Second thing about the cell, the size and shape of cell can be different. Okay, the size and shape of each cell can be different, or the size and shape of each cell are different. Okay, example, some cells are spherical, oval, polyhedron, okay, rod-like structure, or elongated structure. The size and shape of cell can be different. The shape can be spherical, oval, polyhedron, rod-like structure, or elongated. Okay, there are different structures of cells which are present. Okay, so cell is microscopic in nature, cannot be seen by our naked eyes. The size and shape of the cells can be different. Okay, now there is one important note which you have to keep in your mind. So the question can be asked in the examination. Okay, the important note is, the first point, smallest cell. What is the name of the smallest cell, or what is the smallest cell in our universe? Okay, so the name is Mycobacteria. Mycobacterium, or it is known as PPLO. P means pluro, what is the smallest, or what is the name of the smallest cell? It is the name Mycobacterium. Okay, Mycobacterium, or it can be known as PPLO. What stands for PPLO? Pleuropneumonic like structure. Okay, pleuropneumonic like structure. Or this one, the Mycobacterium can be known as Mycoplasma. Okay. Mycobacterium you can write, or you can write Mycoplasma. It is bacterial cell. It is bacterial cell. Mycoplasma is a bacterial cell, or you can write Mycobacterium. Okay. So, or PPLO, pleuropneumonic like structure. Okay, both are correct. Now the second important thing, or second important note is, what is the largest cell in our universe? What is the largest cell? Okay, largest cell, you must have heard about it, egg of an ostrich. Egg of an ostrich. Okay, 18 centimeter in diameter. 18 centimeter in diameter. The egg of an ostrich is the largest cell. Okay, what is the largest cell? Egg of an ostrich, and its diameter what is the longest cell? Okay, what is the name of the longest cell? So the name of longest cell is nerve cell. Okay, nerve cell. And what is the size? 60 to 100 centimeter in diameter. Okay, so this is very important. You should write in your notebook, and the question can be asked in the examination. Smallest cell, mycoplasma or bacterial cell, or it is known as PPLO, pneumonic-like structure. Largest cell, egg cell of an ostrich. And what is the longest cell? Nerve cells. Okay, it is also known as neurons. Okay, it is also known as neuron. Okay, it is the longest cell, 60 to 100 centimeter in diameter. 60 to 100 centimeter in diameter. Okay. So, on the basis of cell type, there are now we'll see the two types of organisms, that is, one is prokaryotic and another is eukaryotic. Okay, prokaryotic, on the basis of nuclear structure, on the basis of nuclear, there is two types of organisms, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell on the basis of nucleus. Prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. So on the base cell is on the basis of nucleus. Prokaryotic cell. Okay, prokaryotic cell, and second is eukaryotic cell. Okay, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. We'll see the basic difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. See, by the name, what is pro? Pro means old or primitive. And what is the name of, and what stands for karyon? Karyon means nucleus. Okay. Then what is eukaryotic? Eu means true. Eu means true, and karyon means nucleus. Okay. So on the basis of nucleus, structure, there are two types of cells, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Anybody ask you a question, on the basis of, on what basis these two type of cells are divided? So you will say on the basis of nuclear structure, there are two types of cells, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Pro means old or primitive. Okay, karyon means nucleus. Okay, and eu means true and karyon means nucleus. Okay, now we will see the basic difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Here we will write, they are smaller in size and they are larger in size. Okay, the range of the size of eukaryotic cell are 5 to 100 micrometer, and this is 1 to 10 micrometer. Okay. Now here the cell membrane is absent in prokaryotic cell. Cell membrane absent, and here cell membrane present. Now don't think that what is cell membrane and all. Again and again I am saying that what is cell, what is cell membrane, what is cytoplasm, what is nucleus, we will discuss in detail when we will discuss the structure of cell. Now we are just see the introduction of the cell. Okay, now in the part of cell, okay, when we will discuss the parts of cell, we will discuss what is cell membrane and what is nucleus, what is nucleoplasm, what is cell membrane. Okay, we will discuss in detail. So prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, smaller in size, larger in size. Cell membrane is absent, cell membrane is present. Okay, most important point in prokaryotic cell is 70S ribosomes are present. 70 present, and here 80S, and here both ribosomes are present, that is 70S and 80S ribosomes are present. 70S and 80S ribosomes are present. Okay. Smaller in size, larger in size. Cell membrane absent, cell membrane present. Cell membrane present. Okay. Here, most important point of this difference is 70S ribosomes are present, 70S and 80S ribosomes are present. Okay. Now again there can be a question: what is 70S and what is 80S? Okay. So we'll discuss this in detail when we'll discuss the structure of ribosomes. Okay. Now here the fourth point is membrane bound cell organelles. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent, and here the fourth point is membrane bound cell organelles are present. Okay. So what is cell organelles? Cell organelles means the structures which are present in cytoplasm. Okay, when we discuss the structure of cell, there is one part of cell that is cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, some functional unit are present which are known as cell organelles, and cell organelles are mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, these are the name of some cell organelles which do a functions. Okay, so we'll see that in detail. So here you focus on this. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent and membrane bound cell organelles are present. So this is the basic structure, or sorry, this is the basic difference in the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. And last is what is the example? Example. Okay, prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, what is the example? Bacteria, or we can write eubacteria. These are the examples of prokaryotic cells. And what are the examples of eukaryotic cells? We will write plant cells, animal cells, etc. Plant cells, animal cells, etc. So this question can be asked for 2 marks in the examination. What is the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell? So most important, on the basis of what the cell is divided into prokaryotic and eukaryotic, nucleus structure. Okay. And what is difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells? Smaller in size, larger in size. Cell membrane absent, cell membrane present. 70S ribosomes are present, 70S and 80S ribosomes are present. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent, membrane bound cell organelles are present. Example: bacteria, eubacteria, plant cell, animal cells, etc. are eukaryotic cells. Okay. So I hope you have understood what we have learned today. In the next part, we will discuss the diagram of prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Don't miss the next lecture, because the next lecture will be the base of the next parts, the structure of prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. If you understand the structure carefully, okay, or if you understand the structure better, then the next part will be very easy for you. Okay, I hope you have understood this part. If you have any doubt, you can ask at the time of Google meeting. Thank you very much. That was all for today's lecture.